Hey guys, hello guys, and how are you doing? My name is Edwin. In case you're watching this channel for the first time, my name is Edwin. I post food and kitchen content on YouTube. I wanted to do this video, which is a part 2 of a get to know me. I had done it previously, but I didn't like the way the original video turned out, so we are 30 seconds in, and welcome back for the new subscribers, for the OG subscribers, welcome. And let's grab some water and get into the video. So these questions were kind of engineered by chatgpt, and I've categorized them in food and cooking, YouTuber creators questions, we have fun personal questions, we have interesting or thought-provoking question, and then ChatGPT added one bonus question, and then I will also add one bonus question. So let us get into the questions. So question number 1. Yeah, starting with food and cooking. So what food do you secretly love but people might judge you for? I think I secretly love most Kikuyu foods, so people might judge me for loving black beans, which is njahi in Kikuyu, but I think that is the food that I love most, that maybe people would secretly judge me. Njahi, black beans. And I've done a video about Kenyan traditional food. You can check it out, or maybe I can link it over here. Then the next question, if someone tried Edwin dishes for the first time, what meal must they try? I think if someone tried Edwin dishes for the first time, I would urge them to taste any of my amazing meat dishes or rice dishes. Maybe chicken and rice, biryani, pilau. So if you are to settle by one, I would say pilau, or you can opt for biryani or any of my rice dishes. I'm very good at making rice dishes. So we go to the next question. What is the one ingredient you cannot cook without? Of course, I cannot cook without onions. My food has to have lots and lots and lots and lots of onions. So that is one thing I cannot cook about. I cannot cook without onions. So we go to the next category, which is YouTuber creators questions. So the first question, what made you start YouTube in 2024? For context, I didn't start YouTube in 2024. I started doing YouTube around 2022, 2023 there. But of course, when I started, I wasn't doing it seriously, in quotes. I was doing it as a hobby, as a side thing, just for my creativity. But I've done YouTube seriously in 2024 and 2025. By seriously, I mean in quotes, yeah? So what is the reason that made me start doing YouTube? It was for me to find a creative outlet. It was for me to express my creativity. And I've always loved YouTube as a platform. I've always loved long-form content. So it was a platform for me to express my creativity and also find a place just to post things and nonsense and food content and everything that I love and just my bubble. So that was the reason why I started YouTube. Nothing so crazy and serious, nothing out of the ordinary. So what is the hardest part about being a YouTuber that people don't see? Keeping going, or consistency, or keeping creating is the hardest part that most people don't see, because people think you just wake up and you think about a video, a title, and you just make it. Creativity, like any other thing, requires time, it requires mentor, I think coming up with video every now and then until you've posted so much, until you've gotten to 1K subscribers, until you've gotten to 1 million cumulative views, it requires consistency, it takes time, It takes patience, it takes faith, grace, it takes a lot, baby. It takes a lot. It is not just posting and you're viral. No. No. That is not how it works, baby. No. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the grit. You have to put in the work, baby. Anyway, the next question. What is your dream milestone on YouTube? Getting to 1 million subscribers. That is my dream milestone on YouTube. I've put that out there to the universe. Getting to 1 million subscribers. If I do that, there's a fruit fly that is trying to shine on my behalf. Anyway, the third part is fun personal questions. These are gonna be fun, easy, and you will enjoy. What is one thing people assume about you that is not true? People assume I'm rich than I am, of which I've always been rich. I was born rich. People assume I'm famous than I am, of which I was born famous. People assume I'm intelligent than I am, of which I was born intelligent, fearfully and wonderfully made by God. That one, people assume I come from a rich family, of which, yes, I come from a rich family. And people also assume I am taller than I am. So that is it. What is a random talent that I have beside cooking? Talking. I can talk your ears out. Yes. And it's not just talking. I was created to talk. I have a talent for talking, baby. I can talk. So that is a talent that I have besides cooking. I might say that. So what is the one thing you cannot stand in the kitchen? A dirty, disorganized kitchen. Especially if I'm going to cook. I can't cook. Well, the kitchen counter is scattered and dirty and looking unorganized. No. So for those people who are taking 3 days to wash their dishes and utensils, baby, what are you doing? How are you working in that kitchen? How is it possible you are working and cooking in that kitchen that is looking disheveled? Anyway, we go to the next and the last part. It is a part for interesting and thought-provoking questions. So, if you could cook for any celebrity in the world, who would it be? Stephen Bartlett, owner of Diary of a CEO podcast in London. Stephen fucking Bartlett. That is the only celebrity I would want to cook for right now and ask him some very tough questions. Anyway, I do love the dude and what he does and what he stands for. He inspires me right back. Anyway, if you could open your dream restaurant, what would it look like? It would be in the outskirts of Nairobi, somewhere that is not too accessible and too busy. It would be outdoors. It would be in an open space. It would have a lot of plants and a lot of arts, and it would have very beautiful crockery and kitchenware, plates, glasses. I would make sure we have the best looking glasses and plates, and it would be outdoor. It would have a lot of art. It would be vibey and boho. It would be also located somewhere out of nowhere, hidden gem in the outskirts of Nairobi, somewhere you have to really drive to access, but that is a vibe. And then we would serve traditional food with a contemporary of modern food. And I am so glad GPT asked me that question, because I'm able to visualize. Anyway, what advice would you give someone who wants to start cooking on YouTube? Just start. Once you start, keep going, keep improving. I think that is the most simple advice I would give someone on YouTube. Anyway, what food do you think is overrated but everyone loves? I think chapati is overrated and everyone loves it. I know this will be very controversial, but I also do love chapati very much. I do love chapati, but I think it's overrated. Anyway, my bonus question is, who is Edwin really at the core? Edwin is a fun guy, God-fearing, God-loving. Edwin is a creative at the core. Edwin is an intellect. Edwin wants to be a creative genius. What a geek. At the core, Edwin is a creative geek. Edwin is outgoing. Edwin is fun. Edwin is outgoing and fun to be with. He is the life of the party. Maybe that gives you a little bit insight about me. And I hope for those people who are not subscribed, subscribe. subscribe. Now I'm watching you, subscribe. So we are coming to the end of the video. I hope this Q&A gives you a little insight about who I am in my life and what I like, what I don't like. I'll be doing part 3 of this series, but for now, bye. See you. Have you mean it? Remember to work hard. Remember to hit the subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you on the next video.